And then after 14 years, I get to do a film with the same heroine who's come a long way in her life, and she's achieved so much and become a huge star in Telugu. And now after Bahubali, I get to do a film with her. And even though I think there was more than anything else, there was mutual respect. So when I was doing television in Hindi, people told me I'm a television actor. I'll never do movies. I'm already overexposed on Hindi television. So aapko picture nahi milegi. Then Maniratnam cast me in Alai Paide, and that became a big hit. So I became a Tamil actor. और casting हो रही थी तो producer ने मेरा हाथ देखा. उसने कहा कि आप अपना हाथ दिखाओ भाई. And he read my palm. And then he said, अच्छा ठीक है बेटा, all the best. और उन्होंने भेज दिया मुझे. उस फिल्म में मुझे काम ही नहीं दिया. तो मैं पूछ रहा था कि आप हाथ देके डिसाइड करो कि मैं कितना अच्छा एक्टिंग कर सकता हूँ. कभी-कभी मेरी वाइफ मुझसे कहती है कि थोड़ा बिहेव कर लिया करो यार, मतलब अपनी एज का दिखा क्या, what are you doing? तो पर मैंने जानबूझकर वो फोटोग्राफ नहीं डाला था.
So hi Madhavan, welcome to Pink Villa. I am sure you know by now that you are the national crush in our country. I mean, forever kinds, like people I know have been a huge fan of yours for years and years. How does it feel?
So in these times, thank you for making me feel so good. It's lovely to hear that. Bhavna, I've never thought of myself like that. I always feel that they're talking about somebody else, so I join into the excitement. But when I'm lying down alone sometimes at night thinking about what I've achieved, it looks like the biggest thing I've achieved is being a national crush, which is quite heartwarming. But I have to move on.
At the same time, people look forward to your movies. People look forward to seeing your work because every time you have surprised them with different kind of content. So Nishabdham is going to be one of them, wherein people are really looking forward to watching it. I saw the trailer, loved it. Tell me, how excited are you? Because obviously it was earlier supposed to release in Jan, and then it got pushed, and the COVID situation further pushed it. Finally, it is releasing. How excited are you for that?
There's always a mixed feeling because you start doing a project thinking it's going to the theaters, and then suddenly you realize that it's getting delayed, and now the COVID era. But somehow from when I was a child, I always believed that if the efforts are sincere, and whatever happens for the best. And I've had the most outstanding relationship with Amazon, with Breathe, and with the kind of support that they have provided for every work that I have done. It's more personal than professional. And as a result, an extension of that, now I'm so happy that, the advantage of having something on Amazon Prime, for instance, is that a lot more people get to see it. And they can see it over a period of time. You don't have to see it only as long as it's in the theaters. And you don't have to see it only when it's being telecast. It's at your disposal. So lot number of people get to see it. You see it at your own pace. You can see it at your own home. You can see it at whenever you want, however you're traveling. And I think that adds a lot of comfort and a lot more eyeballs to a film that would normally not get that much in a theater. So with a film like Nishabdham, it's a very personal film. It's shot beautifully. It's shot in Seattle, most of it. But, to be able to see it on Amazon whenever you want for many years to come, it's, I think, a fantastic deal. So I'm right now happy and excited that it's coming on Amazon.
But were you disappointed even tad bit, because essentially it is sort of a big budget movie which is finally now releasing on OTT. It was earlier supposed to be a theatrical release. Did it disappoint you slightly when you came to know that it is going to be a digital release?
I always imagined it to be a theatrical release, okay? Because of Anushka, she's a very big name in Telugu, and this film is, has a lot of Telugu actors as well in it. So in Andhra Pradesh, to see a movie in the theaters with the public is a completely different experience, right? You have it's a celebration, and it's a completely different feel to watch a film in the theater, and you have everybody's collective emotion contributing to it. So that will be missed for sure. But having said that, the fans won't be disappointed because they get to see the film whenever they want. Sometimes the theaters are not close by. Sometimes in winter in the US, for instance, it's a long drive before you can actually get to see an Indian film or a Telugu film or a Tamil film. So this one breaks all those barriers. And I'm actually, even though, disappointed that it won't have a public reaction on the first day, first show, I'm far more excited that a lot more people get to see it, and people's comments can be live, and reviews are are happening as we show the film.
Yeah.
So I'm actually glad right now.
Yeah, but you are one of the major highlights for the movie is also the fact that you are reuniting with Anushka after 14 years. Correct me if I'm wrong here.
No,
Rainbow
you're absolutely spot on.
Rainbow was the last movie that you guys were seen together in. How excited are you? How excited were you to collaborate with her after 14 years? What changed during that time between you two?
So there are very few actors that I've repeated films with, especially heroines, right? Fortunately or unfortunately for me, I haven't had many of those films. Anushka happens to be in that unique category. And when I first did a movie with her called Rende, she had just joined the industry, and she was a yoga expert, and she was full of life, and and she was tall, a very different for a South Indian actress. She's pretty tall, right? And so
Yeah.
and she's towering actually. So and beautiful and graceful. So it was fabulous. We were both young. I was doing my 5th or 6th film in Tamil, and she had done her first film in Telugu. And so it was a lovely experience. It was called Rende. It was directed by Sundar C. We had a great time, shot in Malaysia and everything, and by and large, a fun experience. And then after 14 years, I get to do a film with the same heroine who's come a long way in her life, and she's achieved so much and become a huge star in Telugu. And now after Bahubali, I get to do a film with her. And even though I think there was more than anything else, there was mutual respect when we first met each other. I was amazed at how much responsibility she was taking for this project. I was quite impressed with the amount of contributions she was making, and changing everything, keeping everything intact. So she was shooting for a lot longer for this film than and I just had to fly in and do my shoot and leave. But she had brilliantly taken responsibility for the film, and she would come to me and try to take the benefit of my experience also. And I found that extremely involving, very endearing, and I'm always looking forward to an opportunity to work with Anushka. And most importantly, she's as beautiful even now.
Completely touche. Agree with you there.
Yeah.
And you are also evergreen. I mean, let me add that. But tell me something like, today we have seen, so especially I think after Bahubali, there is a lot more influx of South Indian actors in the industry. At least we talk about it more. It used to happen earlier as well, but ab zyada baat karte hain us bare mein. But also, you are someone who is believed to have a pan-India appeal. Like there's no one industry you're restricted to from the beginning of your career itself. It's not like it happened after a certain point. It was from the beginning of your career. How do you see that? Was it a conscious decision, or did it just naturally, organically happen?
No, it was actually it was a pursuit of doing different stories. So if I had just been a Tamil actor, then I'm limited to the stories that come from the Tamil industry. But I had the good fortune of speaking Hindi because I was born and brought up in Bihar at that time. I also know how to speak Marathi. I am very well aware of the North Indian culture and the way they pronounce. In fact, I think I pronounce better Hindi than most Indian Hindi actors because of my background. Because of which I got an opportunity to do different stories. So even though I got to do, Rehna Hai Tere Dil Mein, which is a remake of my Tamil film Minnale, but I also got to do a film called, let us say, Tannu Vejmanu. Or let's say, even when we did like 13B, which was again a multilingual. But the idea that you get to do a lot more different characters because you're familiar with different languages and their culture was the only reason that I started doing movies in Hindi, and pursuing it. And thankfully, Raju Hirani cast me in 3 Idiots, and Mani Ratnam in Guru, and Rehna Hai Tere Dil Mein, of course, and then so all these films also worked for me.
It is cult today. It is considered cult.
हाँ, तो अगर ये नहीं चलते ना, तो शायद मैं उतना बड़ा एक्टर नहीं बनता, पैन इंडियन नहीं कहलाता. But because they worked and because those characters became memorable, and now I have the liberty of doing films on both ends of the spectrum.
But did you, when you first started off, I think you did a couple of Tamil movies, and then there was the first Hindi release. But tell me, did you face any apprehensions back then? Because उस वक्त इतना ज़्यादा बोलते नहीं थे, इतना ज़्यादा opportunities के बारे में ज़्यादा, there was no discussion or conversation outside the industry when it comes to all this. Did you per se face any apprehensions while making that choices, balancing Tamil and Hindi movies together?
It is very strange, huh, Bhavna? So when I was doing television in Hindi, people told me I'm a television actor. I'll never do movies. I'm already overexposed on Hindi television, so आपको picture नहीं मिलेंगी. Then Maniratnam cast me in Alai Paide, and that became a big hit. So I became a Tamil actor, and then people in Bombay said, he's a Tamil actor. That's it. You won't get Hindi films. Then when I started getting Hindi films, they said, okay, he's a pan-Indian actor. He'll get all the films. But you're limited because you're. So क्या है कि everybody tries to put you in the mold that life has put them in also. They have faced these challenges. They would have said it's not possible. But everybody's level of talent is different. Everybody's ability to understand languages, dealing with people, professionalism, all this is very different. So for me, even though I didn't consciously try, मेरे को कभी-कभी ना पता ही नहीं चलता था कि ये चैलेंज भी है. मुझे ये कभी एहसास नहीं होता था कि यार ये जो हो रहा है ना मेरे साथ, ये होना नहीं चाहिए, ये गलत है. वो एहसास भी नहीं हुआ करता था मुझे. And I want to tell you, Bhavna, that I'm God's own, destiny's own child यार. मैंने मतलब no producer can say कि मैं उनके पास काम के लिए गया हूँ. और इसलिए नहीं कि मैं नहीं जाना चाह रहा था. इसलिए नहीं कि अच्छा ये तहे दिल से कह रहा हूँ, मैं absolutely honesty के साथ कह रहा हूँ. इसलिए नहीं कि मैं जाके किसी के पास नहीं मांगना चाह रहा था. जो कि मैं इंडस्ट्री से इतना अलग था, जो कि मैं एकदम मतलब मेरे दूर दूर तक कोई इंडस्ट्री में नहीं है. People not in my so nobody knows how to behave. So I also don't know how to behave. So I didn't know that you're supposed to go to producers and ask them for work and be sweet to them and keep in touch with them. God never let me get into that situation because the moment I entered the industry, I kept getting work. In fact, I had to say no to work as opposed to ask somebody for work. और लोग जब मुझे कहते हैं come and talk to us about your struggle, मैं बोलता हूँ what struggle? मतलब अभी मैं struggle कर रहा हूँ कि भाई इतना सब कुछ अलग अलग कर चुका हूँ. Now what to do next to keep people interested in what I'm doing? That's the struggle I'm facing. But I don't think I faced a struggle per se. So I'm very lucky.
But in retrospect, like you mentioned that you never really realized कि ये आपके साथ अगर हो भी रहा है तो गलत है या सही है. You never realized because you never knew that what is wrong and right in this field. In retrospect, but do you remember someone telling you something very mean कि आपको acting नहीं आती या फिर something like that? A lot of actors have opened up about this कि उनको कभी ना कभी अपने career के beginning में they have heard certain things.
हाँ नहीं मेरे को भी हुआ था. पर it was like it was not मैं hurt नहीं हुआ यार. I don't think I was hurt. But अजीब और गरीब तरीके. Like मुझे याद है कि मैं एक फिल्म के लिए गया था और कास्टिंग हो रही थी. तो प्रोड्यूसर ने मेरा हाथ देखा. उसने कहा कि आप अपना हाथ दिखाओ भाई. And he read my palm. And then he said अच्छा ठीक है बेटा, all the best. और उन्होंने भेज दिया मुझे. उस फिल्म में मुझे काम ही नहीं दिया. तो मैं पूछ रहा था कि आप हाथ देके डिसाइड कर रहे हो कि मैं कितना अच्छा एक्टिंग कर सकता हूँ. तो वो बोले हाँ बेटा चलो कोई बात नहीं. एंड हुआ यूं कि इसी आदमी ने 10 साल बाद मेरे पास काम के लिए आया कि भाई मुझे काम दे दो आप. सो आई थिंक दीज फनी थिंग्स. बट इफ यू आर सेइंग कि मैडी आपको कभी ऐसा लगा कि आपके साथ गलत हो रहा है या आपके साथ नाइंसाफी हो रहा है या आपके साथ जो चीजें हो रही हैं जो होनी नहीं चाहिए, कभी नहीं यार. सॉरी बट मेरे साथ ऐसे नहीं हुआ. मैं आई वाज ऑलवेज लकी कि मुझे अच्छे लोग मिले और आई डिडंट हैव टू एक्चुअली गेट इनटू एन इशू. मुझे मतलब जितनी चादर उतनी पसारता था मैं. तो आई डिडंट हैव टू आस्क एनीबॉडी फॉर मनी व्हिच डिड नॉट बिलोंग टू मी. आई एम हैप्पी विद द वे. आई एम वेरी ग्रेटफुल एक्चुअली.
You took a sabbatical also, I think, after Tanu Veds Manu because of a knee injury, right? What was that phase like for you, those brief 3 years for you? Because no one knows ki, matlab, of course, you were going through treatment at that time, but people missed you on screen. 3 years without a release from Madhavan was a huge thing for people and your fans. How did you spend those 3 years?
Actually, this is a secret now. So what happened was after I did Tanu Veds Manu, फिर मैंने रियलाइज किया कि मैं वही चीजें कर रहा हूँ, दोहरा रहा हूँ. आई एम डूइंग द सेम थिंग. माय लुक हैज नॉट चेंज्ड एंड एवरीबडी like your younger generation has come and their expectation from their actors are different. And they are much more advanced. So even people who are interviewing me, even people who are giving me jobs and writers, वो बहुत advanced हो चुके थे. They were all in social media. They knew कि कितने international films release हो रहे हैं, किससे कौन copy कर रहा है. तो मैंने रियलाइज किया कि मेरे पास ऐसा कुछ नहीं था which was making me feel like a star. So what I did was I took a break to understand कि दुनिया में हो क्या रहा है,
हाँ.
कि भाई किस टाइप की मतलब लोग कैसे बदल गए हैं, रिक्शा वाला कैसे बदल गया है, जो लोग जो कॉलेज में पढ़ रहे हैं वो क्या चाहते हैं, क्योंकि हर कोई इंसान जो है जिम जा रहा था. Everybody had a six
Yeah.
pack and an eight pack. Every woman was looking like a diva because they were all aware of how to groom themselves and beauty parlors and everybody was going to the gym. तो फिर मेरे में और उसमें क्या फर्क रह गया, वो क्यों मेरे पिक्चर को थिएटर में आके देखे. तो I wanted to do that research, mentally grow, mentally basically break myself. एक एक्टर होने के बाद ना आपको हमेशा ये होता है कि you start feeling that you're invincible, कि मैं हूँ and सब दुनिया मेरे इर्द गिर्द घूमती है. But I wanted to break that. I wanted to feel insecure again. So I actually took a break for 4 years, traveled by rickshaw, grew a beard and a mustache, went to all the places around India. लोगों से बातें की, पता चला कि उनको क्या चाहिए. फिर जाके मुझे एहसास हुआ कि तनु वर्जमानु जैसी फिल्में बनानी चाहिए, या फिर साला खड़ूस या 3, जो मैं ब्रीद, ये सब are a product of that research.
But I have to ask you, I remember there was one photo of yours, which, like, I think when you joined social media, or it was after a huge gap that you posted something. I think it was shirtless, and people went crazy on social media after seeing that. Tell me what is this secret for this fitness and being this fit, even at रहना है तेरे दिल में was like हो गया काफी टाइम उसको, and people still have that image of you and they carry it अभी भी, मतलब कहीं ना कहीं वो है ही कहीं, what is this आज आप अपना राज बता दीजिए, what is the secret to this fit and fine Maddie that we see?
I wish I was as fit as people imagine me to be, पर हो गया मैं 50 साल का, तो I think Anil Kapoor is fitter than me right now. He's an amazing guy. But I think जो चीज आप कह रहे हो, कभी कभी मेरी वाइफ मुझसे कहती है कि थोड़ा बिहेव कर लिया करो यार, मतलब अपने एज का दिखा क्या, व्हाट ही डूइंग. तो पर मैंने जानबूझकर वो फोटोग्राफ नहीं डाला था. एक्चुअली सरिता मुझसे कह रही थी कि यार तू पतला हुआ है कि नहीं, जो कि हमारे बीच में हर रोज यही बात होती है कि तू मोटा हो गया, पतला हो गया, मोटा हो गया, पतला हो गया. तो मैं चेन्नई में कोई फिल्म की शूटिंग कर रहा था, तो मैंने कहा मैं बहुत पतला हो गया, आनी बिलीव करो. शी सेड नहीं हो सकता. तो मैंने उसको वो फोटो भेज दिया कि देखो मेरा जॉ लाइन सा आने लग गया. सो आई टुक दैट फोटोग्राफ टू शो इट टू सरिता. और पता नहीं मेरे दिमाग में क्या है कि मैंने उसको कहा कि यार मॉर्निंग सेल्फी करके मैंने ट्विटर पे डाल दिया. फिर जो बवाल हो गया उस फोटो को लेके, तो मैं और सरिता दोनों एम्बैरेस हो गए कि हम यार ये क्या हो गया, ये अचानक. तो एक्चुअली स्पीकिंग आई विश इट वाज ऑल वेल प्लान्ड एंड ऑल दैट, बट ये हो गया. तो उसके बाद से उन्होंने मुझे खबरदार कर दिया कि ऐसे पिक्चरें मत डालना. Let your work speak for you, not your picture.
Will go dizzy after watching all that. But last
ऐसे हुआ था.
Yeah, lastly now, of course, everyone is waiting for Nishabdham to release on OTT, and obviously, I'm sure you're looking forward to seeing the feedback to it. But keeping that aside, now, Madhavan, I really want to know whatever is happening in the country right now with all the trials and all of that everyone is exposed to. How are you keeping away from it, and what do you think about this entire chaos that is happening in the country and on social media as well?
I think I'm very, very hurt with what happened with Sushant Singh Rajput. I think the fact that their young, talented life is snuffed out at such a 1 second is something that we need to really look into and see how that happened. And definitely justice has to be given for a situation like that. And on that front, I am happy that so much of attention has been drawn thanks to the media as well as to people who brought that case to the fore. I don't agree with everything that has been done about that case, because मुझे लगता है कहीं कि I really want to remember Sushant Singh as a strong, powerful guy that I have met in a couple of times in my life. I've only met him unfortunately for my film Sala Khadus. He had come for the premiere, and one other place in a social event. I had met him, and I remember him being super energetic, right? I wish that that memory of him was kept alive instead of all the things that were started being said about him. And of course, the entire industry is now being rattled because of all the other investigations that are happening. So I don't want to add to the chaos. I believe that I really believe that India is in the right hands in terms of our agencies, because आप घूम के देख लीजिए बाकी सब देश की हालत उतनी अच्छी नहीं है जितना हमारी है. तो सही लोगों के हाथों में है ये देश. And I'm very confident that they will be able to come up with the absolute truth as far as Sushant's demise is concerned. And more importantly, that a lot of things will be back on track. But Bollywood industry is an industry of very good people too. I've had the best opportunities of dealing with some of the nicest people who are big superstars and who would not even look at the fact that I'm a small, non-filmy, non-film family guy, and you know, come and shoot and do a guest appearance in my film just because I asked them. So I have seen some very, very generous and nice people in the industry too. So sometimes I think it's unfortunate that everybody's being dragged into this.
And all the very best for Nishabdham. Like I said, I'm sure it will be a huge, huge success.
You're very sweet, Bhavna. Thank you. Lovely talking to you, and give my regards to all your friends.
Yeah, thank you.